Hey guys, this is Latina, your favorite community advocate. So about those Epstein files, I see that the Democrats are now calling for the release of these files. I'm going to say this to the party. Be careful what you wish for, because you think that it's just Republicans involved. There are a chunk of Democrats who are involved. I'm talking about high profile names. So be careful what you ask for. But in other words, the American people, we are entitled to know who is on that Epstein's list. From the Epstein's list to the Diddy list, there's a handful of people involved, from celebrities to politicians to, to the elites, the rich. So if you have nothing to hide, release it. Release the files. That's all we want you guys to do, is just keep your end of the bargain and release the files, right? Politics can be very dirty. It can be very dirty because you're always going to have that little circle, that little cult that's for themselves, that's about money, greed, and corruption. The ones who push this narrative that, they are for the people, that they care about the people. I mean, it's both sides. Both sides are doing it. Both parties are doing it. They've been doing it for decades now. And it's the same old tired process. Just the same people doing it over and over. Even if they get a new one, they replace them, they follow the same, agenda. So I say this to the American people. There's no such thing as government keeping their hands clean. There's no such thing as, politicians keeping their hands clean. It's very few. And the ones who try to keep their hands clean and try to do right by the people are the ones who get screwed over. They get screwed over by the party. They get pushed out. The hit pieces come out against them. You name it. It's just a really tricky thing. It's, if you get into it, expect, the negative side of it. It's not all what it's cracked up to be. You think that these people that got elected into office, you think that there's no dirt on them? There's dirt on them. Their hands are dirty. They just signed away, their rights and gave up their privileges to say, you know what, I'll be your puppet. I'll be your puppet. I'll carry out your dirty agenda as long as you keep me in office so that I can have the title. Because these people have nothing else going for themselves. So I say this to, to the voters. It doesn't matter what office you vote for, which candidate you support. They all have their own dirty hidden agendas. They're all, complicit. There's always something involved. And that's just the game. That's just the way it is. I wish to God that we can take the money out of politics and perhaps that can change things. I wish that we can slash their salaries in half to see if they really care about serving. Because right now, from the looks of it, it looks like, more than half of these politicians from the local level, state, federal level, even the presidential level, all these people care about, except for the president, all these people care about is how much money they're going to get, collecting money under the table, insider trading, collecting money from developers underneath the table. I mean, it's been happening for such a long time. And I do want to say that I do give Elon Musk his credit. I give him his respect because he exposed, our tax dollars were being wasted and being misused by the establishment. Now, you may not be a fan of the president. I'm not going to always agree with everything that he has to say. And I think that it's unfair that when a person speaks out and disagrees with, one or two policies, it can be a bill, it could be anything, that they should be punished. I don't think that that's right. I think it's unfair. I do agree that there should be an open dialogue. That can be a conversation that can be held behind closed doors. I don't like what's happening with the infighting and the public fighting. I think that the Americans deserve more. And we're not getting that. We're not. Both sides are fighting. Both sides are just not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then you guys have the nerve to ask for a pay raise. Yeah. So if we're going to talk about lists, yes, we want the list to come out. We want both the Diddy's list and the Epstein list to come out, because I guarantee there's a majority of Democrats that's listed. So let's see how this pans out, guys. But we deserve better. We deserve more than what's, happening right now. We've been through this for what, 4 years under the Biden administration, and people were not happy. Let's not repeat the same cycle. Thank you.